This is QTV News. I am Marietu Sidibe and thanks for joining us. First, the main local, business, international and sports news headlines. In local news, at a press conference on Monday, officials of the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization called for calm amidst fears over the novel coronavirus. This comes on the same day the first case was confirmed in Senegal. The Cambia College Basse Annex School of Education has been inaugurated at a ceremony presided over by President Barrow. President Barrow on Saturday inaugurated the Laminkoto Passamas road, which connects the northern and southern regions of the country. The Ministry of Information, Communication and Infrastructure organized a press briefing to give an update on the Gambia's $4 million project on its preparedness to migrate from analog to digital transmission. In international news, can a country have two presidents? We hear about the uncertainty which has engulfed Guinea-Bissau. And now, the local news in detail. At a press conference on Monday, officials of the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization called for calm amidst fears over the novel coronavirus outbreak. As Alusisa reports, officials say there is no confirmed case yet in the Gambia.
Since the outbreak of the coronavirus in China, countries, including Gambia, have awakened and stepped up efforts to avert the virus from spreading into their countries. The virus, which has spread from its origin, China, to several countries, including Italy, United States, Nigeria, Egypt, and Algeria, has claimed the lives and infected thousands. The virus spreads person to person by respiratory droplets, while symptoms begin 2 to 14 days after infection. In the Gambia, despite there being no confirmed cases, there is still fear among the public. Health officials are deployed at the Banjul International Airport and border crossing points to help screen travelers coming into the country. The ministry has instituted a National Health Emergency Committee to coordinate its response program to ensure any outbreak of the virus is controlled and contained quickly. Modou Njai, Director of Health Promotion, says the ministry is not resting on its laurels in ensuring that every Gambian is safe from the virus, which is having negative impact on global social and economic activities.
Weekend there has been a lot of noise with regards to information that has gone to the social media indicating that the Gambia has been registered as a suspected case. We want to make it very clear that there is no that information is false, and then it has not happened, and there is no that even a particular person, the signs and symptoms that person possessed does not even get close to coronavirus, much more seeing that it's not even a suspect. There is no need for alarm, or there is no need for panic. There is no case in this country. The country is free, and we are definitely working very hard to strengthen our surveillance system in the borders.
A coronavirus case is not only determined by a traveler arriving in the country from a country with confirmed cases, as a traveler from a non-affected country can get the virus during interactions during transit with fellow travelers from affected countries. The Gambia, with the support and in partnership with the World Health Organization and stakeholders, is combining efforts to ensure all necessary measures are in place in case of the eventuality of an infected case being identified.
From what's happening globally, it's a matter of time. Any country can report a case or a suspected case at any point in time. So that's what we are doing. Currently, from the WHO perspective, there is a stock of supplies pre-positioned in Ghana for the Western African countries that can be quickly mobilized in case that we have an incident in any country. But in addition to that, there are also some personal protective equipment that will be receiving very soon for Gambia also to prepare for any eventuality. So this is happening at the same time, and partners in the country are very willing to support the government, but we need to know also where the gaps are, and the government has to lead in this process. And we really admire what is happening currently, and we want to really support government and continue to support you. We are partners in here.
Despite these efforts, there are challenges in terms of readily and easily accessible funds for all emergencies, rapid capacity building and mobility of frontline healthcare workers. An initial 3 months preparation and response budget of $2.5 million has been submitted to the Minister of Finance for approval. The preventive measures include maintaining personal hygiene, such as constant hand washing, and to support any suspected case by calling 1025 for free. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
The Cambia College Basse Annex School of Education has been inaugurated at a ceremony presided over by President Barrow. The President gave an assurance of his government's support to the new state-of-the-art college annex. QTV's Laminkoto was at the event and he now reports.
The highest learning institution in the Upper River region is up and ready with state-of-the-art facilities thanks to the MRC Holland Foundation's support to the Gambia. Students, local residents and government officials are on hand at the official opening of the Cambia College Basse Annex School of Education. The foundation stone was laid by President Barrow in 2018 and it takes less than 2 years before construction is completed. The President is back to inaugurate the Cambia College Basse Annex. The principal of the Cambia College, Abubakar Jallo, thanks the government of the Gambia and the MRC Holland Foundation for the support to the college. This is a dream come true, not only for the Gambia, but particularly for the Gambia College authorities. Talking about challenges of the Gambia College Basse Annex, the principal is asking government to reconsider the amount of subvention provided for their work.
Within 10 months, the buildings were up. We were supposed to start in September, but for few hitches, and we recruited the students there and moved them to Birkama for the college to start, for the students to start their classes so that they do not miss any period. And by January, we were here in full force to mean business.
MRC Holland Foundation have been development and donor partner to the Gambia, particularly in the field of education. The donor agency hopes to build a modern library for the students for effective quality learning in the college. The MRC Holland Foundation calls on the people of Upper River region to do education training at the college, for the promising that it will offer scholarships to outstanding students. President Barrow hopes that this college facility will ease access to teacher training in the Upper River region. Growing up in the Upper River region, witnessing struggles for access to higher education in Basse, the President believes that a solution is now at the doorstep of the people of URR.
We were resolved to remedy the disadvantages that our people in rural Gambia have suffered from in the past, when children had to abandon their parents in search of college education in the greater Banjul area.
President Barrow urges the people of URR and students to use the opportunity to acquire quality learning and live up to the college's visions for the country. Mr. Barrow assured the college of his government support, telling the college authorities to fulfill their academic responsibilities.
For the people of the Upper River and Central River region in general, I implore you to embrace the opportunity provided by this annex. To send your children to school, to feed the annex with the required number of students. It is through education that children will realize their full potentials.
The Cambia College Basse Annex complex has 18 classrooms, including chemistry, physics, biology, IT lab, cafeteria, dormitory, and other facilities. Learning started there this January with an enrollment of 100 students. For QTV News in Basse Upper River region, I am Laminkoto.
President Barrow on Saturday inaugurated the Laminkoto Passamas road. The road, which connects the northern and southern regions of the country, is expected to ease the mobility of people, trade and contribute to socio-economic growth. QTV's Laminkoto again.
It was a scene of celebration of national development. Senior government officials, religious leaders, and ordinary citizens of the Gambia gathered to witness and celebrate this momentous occasion. The country's development partners, including representatives of donor agencies, were present for the inauguration ceremony of the Laminkoto Passamas Road, presided over by President Barrow. There to witness the event was Balagaba Jahumpa, the former works minister in the previous government. The loan for the road project was secured and ratified during his ministerial tenure. In an interview with the press, the former works minister had claimed that construction on the road had reached 40 kilometers before there was a change of government. He says the road belongs to the Gambian taxpayers.
What is also important to note, that this road does not belong to President or ex-President Jammeh. It does not belong to Action Man. It does not belong to President Barrow. It belongs to the Gambian people.
At the event, the Minister of Works, Roads and Infrastructure by Laminkoto recalled the bad condition of the road despite what he described as several attempts by past governments without breaking ground.
Today, we mark the final completion of the works. After 3 years, we commenced on 2nd February 2017, coinciding with the start of this government under the leadership of His Excellency, the President Barrow. Nobody, therefore, can rewrite this historical moment otherwise or erase this eventful accomplishment.
After several speakers had taken turns to highlight the significance of the infrastructure development, President Barrow officially declared the Laminkoto Passamas road open. Mr. Barrow said that for Gambians, the completion of the road project is a symbolic development that will positively impact lives and that it is a further manifestation of his government's efforts to raise the living standards of Gambians.
We will continue to maintain and expand the urban, secondary, and feeder road networks in order to improve accessibility and induce acceptable travel times between destinations for all travelers.
The head of state also advises road users to follow the road safety regulations. This piece of advice came after an accident was registered before the road was inaugurated.
I urge all users, more so the communities living along the corridor, to follow the traffic rules and all road safety regulations developed for our general safety and comfort, so that all of us will continue to enjoy our roads with ease and comfort. May God guide and protect every user of this road.
The Laminkoto Passamas road is now the longest road in the Gambia, costing approximately $62 million, measuring over 120 kilometers. The road is expected to ease trade, access to agricultural lands, market, healthcare and education facilities, and over 100,000 locals are likely to be directly benefiting from it. For QTV News in Basse Upper River Region, I am Lamin Choi.
2 witnesses on Monday testified at the TRRC. The former permanent secretary at the Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. Badara Loom, narrated his ordeal after being accused of having knowledge of a missing $10 million fertilizer scandal, while Alpha Jallo, a police officer, explained how he was tied up by unknown men the night the APRC political bureau was burnt down. Babukar C. reports.
On his arrest and detention at the Mile 2 Central Prisons, Dr. Badara Loom told the Commission that the Mile 2 prisons should have been closed after the 2017 change of government because no human being should be kept in that place.
As I said, the place was stinking, full of mosquitoes. And the blanket was in such a state that I thought I could never sleep on that blanket. So I had to throw it away on the floor and I decided to try the mattress itself. In the cell itself, there was no sort of sanitation. There was just a bucket where you were supposed to empty to ease yourself. And there was, I think, 2 or 3 liters of water that you were supposed to use throughout the night.
He said many prisoners developed beriberi during his stay at the prisons due to bad food. He also narrated the poor treatment of prisoners and the lack of proper care. He said there were detainees who spent 9 years in detention without being charged or taken to court. Dr. Loom said he was arrested, charged and taken to court for allegedly being involved in a 48,000 metric tons worth of missing or stolen fertilizer. After his many appearances at court, Dr. Loom was later acquitted and discharged because the state could not find any evidence against him. Even though his travel documents were confiscated, Loom said he still managed to flee to Senegal and subsequently the West. Next to appear was Alpha Toure, a police officer. He told the commission that after serving at various police stations, he was later deployed to the then APRC political bureau in Kanifing. He recalled the incident of August 14, 2016, when unknown men attacked the APRC political bureau at around 3 a.m.
If you move, we shoot you.
And they said to me, if you move, we will shoot you. So I also said to them, don't kill me. Then they said to me, come over here. I came, and they kicked my feet off the ground, and then they dragged me. They took me behind where the flowers are, and they packed me there.
Alpha Toure said that the people who tied him up that night burnt down the bureau and fled the scene. He said he managed to untie himself and ran to the PIU office to inform them about the incident. He accused the former KMC Mayor Yankuba Koli of ordering his transfer for questioning by the CID at the Cardiff Police Station. He said he was later transferred to the NIA.
As soon as I got inside, somebody helped me. And then they threw me on a table, and then they started beating me up.
Toure said he was released after several weeks of investigation. It was at this time that he got information that over 350,000 voters' records kept at the bureau were burned by the arsonist. Alpha said the arrested soldier Tumani Jallo, who was accused of communicating with the arsonist, was killed by the junglers. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
The Ministry of Information, Communication and Infrastructure organized a press briefing to give an update on the Gambia's $4 million project on its preparedness to migrate from analog to digital transmission. Bintu Koka reports.
Migrating analog television services to digital-based transmission requires using a set-top box device known as a decoder. The Gambia will adapt the digital transmission technology before the deadline of June 2020, working with Excaf Gambia, a telecommunication company based in Senegal. Amadou Nyang, Director, Information Communication Technology at the Ministry of Information, speaks about the impact the migration will have in the country.
We had a training of over 50 young Gambians that are working at the call centers, and also they are going to be the engineers, the technical support that are going to do this. So, and also apart from that, like the director of ICT alluded to earlier, with analog broadcasting, one TV station will only have one channel. Now every TV station can have so many channels. This is automatically going to transform their lives because you have so many people that are going to be employed.
Abdul Toure, Director of GRTS, says migrating from analog to digital is an opportunity for TV stations to create more content for viewers.
But with this migration, everything is going to change. The entire infrastructure is going to change. The Digital Gambia will be responsible for making sure that the signals that we receive at homes are digital and they are of better and improved quality with the help of our Excaf Telecom of Senegal.
Fali Kante, Managing Director Excaf Gambia, says the staff and technicians who will be working on the project are fully trained.
In this greater Banjul area, we already have more than 50 technicians that have been trained, equipped, and all with the car, dress and everything, because any household who take a decoder within 24 hours, you will have a technician that will come in your house to fix your device. So that means currently at the time when we're talking, we are ready to put this greater Banjul completely at 100% on digital television.
Nicholas Jata, Director Information Communication Technology at Pura, says moving from analog to digital will go beyond the Greater Banjul area, adding that it will not need buying a new television set to enjoy the service. He emphasized the need for television stations to register.
We will gauge. We will give people a timeline. If we say by June 2020, yes, the Gambia has transformed to digital, we should switch off the analog transmitters. If we do that, all those with analog transmitters who have not bought decoders will not be able to receive signals. We'll give people a timeline and then assess. And if we know that the uptake is around 98% or so, we will switch off the analog transmitters and everyone will be on digital. And this is our strategy. We want to stick with this strategy, and we hope and pray that all the general public will embrace our strategy.
The project under Excaf Telecom will be handed over to Digital Gambia Limited after 8 years of operations. Bintu Koka, QTV News.
A science and technology lab has been launched at St. John's School for the Deaf by MCJ Support Organization with support from the U.S. Embassy, the Gambia. Jainaba Sonko attended the launch and she now reports.
MCJ Support Organization was awarded a grant by the U.S. Embassy to implement a project to improve STEM education for the deaf by setting up science and technology labs in order to introduce deaf students to technology-based education. The main goal is to change behavior and bridge inequality gaps.
This lab is not only going to be based on IT. This is not IT. This is way beyond IT. That's why we name it the Science and Technology Lab. So now what they're going to be doing here is their IT lectures and also a space for, let's say, if they want to go into robotics and Scratch programming and also other computer-related courses.
Sally Shiva, Deputy Chief of Mission at the U.S. Embassy, says the embassy did not hesitate to support the program because of its potential to contribute to the empowerment of hearing-impaired students.
Improving education and empowering disadvantaged and marginalized communities. We believe in you, the deaf students, and we believe that you and all Gambian children are the future of Africa. We have every confidence in you that you will be inspired by other hearing-impaired Gambians who have broken all barriers to achieve greater academic and professional success.
Binta Baji is a perfect example of a hearing-impaired person who has broken barriers to achieve great academic and professional success. She is the first ever hearing-impaired Gambian to be a university graduate.
To the students of St. John's School, I want to tell you that the first day I set my feet in the school, I hate this school with passion. I did not want to be here. I wanted to leave. I wasn't accepting that I am deaf. I was angry that the mainstream schools in this country did not want me as a student. But nowadays, every time I set my foot in this school, I say to myself, Binta, congratulations and welcome back to where it all began.
MCJ Support Organization will facilitate training for teachers at St. John's School for the deaf. Monthly evaluation and monitoring will also be conducted to ensure sustainability. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education was also present at the event. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jainaba Sonko.
We will go with a short commercial break, and when we come back, in international news, we try and make sense of what is going on in Guinea-Bissau. Join us after the break for these stories, sports news and more.
Oh yes! QCell has exhausted the number 3 series, the 50, 51, 52 and 53 number series. We are expanding and introducing another new number series starting with 58 and 59. With the 58 and 59 numbers, you can call any QCell number for the same on-net charges. You get the same great service at the exact same charges offered to numbers in the 3, 50, 51, 52 and 53 series. The family is even bigger now. For more information, call customer care on 111. QCell, we innovate, others follow. Right time, right place, right price. Promote your product, business, and brand to millions of viewers nationwide or across the globe. Call QTV Marketing on 32-44444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm for all your advertisement needs. QTV Gambia, right place.
Welcome back. In international news, the political situation in Guinea-Bissau seems to lurch from one fast to another. Days after one person got himself sworn in at a local hotel, another has emerged and declared himself president. Umaru Sissoco Embalo, who had initially been declared the winner following a runoff, decided to have himself sworn in despite ongoing certainty of a legal challenge to his victory. In the meantime, the Speaker of the country's parliament initially had himself sworn in, supposedly to put an end to the uncertainty. Barrow, a former military man, has ordered the army to occupy state institutions, an order most of them appear to have obeyed. The former speaker has now announced that he is stepping down as president. The regional body ECOWAS, having initially endorsed the Electoral Commission's result, is now refusing to endorse any of the prospective presidents. And now on to some sports news. Here is my colleague Momodu Gajaga with the latest. Gajaga, what do you have for us?
Thank you very much, Mariatu, as we are going to start with beach volleyball. On Sunday was the finals of the National Beach Volleyball Championship at the Palmarima Beach, and Olymp Afrique have made some history because they are the winners of the National League Championship, they are cup winners, and they are also winners of the Senegambia Cup Championship, also the Super Cup winners. In the women's category, it was the Gambia Armed Forces women who won the gold medal, and the silver medal was won by the prisons women, and for the bronze medal, it was Gamtel who emerged victorious in that category, and they won the bronze medal in that category. Now let's move on to our next story. Very interesting about African players and age cheating in general. Well, it has often been reported in many African countries, especially when it comes to junior football, that players have falsified their ages, which is not really their age because they want to play professional football. Well, one Senegalese player have come out clean in a shocking interview. Giran Dao. He played most of his football in France, but also played in Spain and also had some spells in England. He said his real age has not been really what he has given to his former clubs. Absolutely, in this interview, he said that the defensive midfielder spent 2 loan spells in England, and also he played in Spain for Real Zaragoza. According to him, he said Senegalese players are often very small. By the time they are 20, when they go to play professional football in Europe, it's not possible for them. So obviously, 99% of the players playing in Senegal who want to play professional football have lied about their age, according to the interview that he gave to Senegalese media. Well, this is very shocking, but a big reality there that so many players lie about their age in order to play professional football. Back to you, Mariatu.
Thank you very much, Gajaga, for the updates. Before we end this bulletin, let's take a quick look at our main stories. At a press conference on Monday, officials of the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization called for calm amidst fears over the novel coronavirus. This comes on the same day the first case was confirmed in Senegal. The Cambia College Basse Annex School of Education has been inaugurated at a ceremony presided over by President Barrow. President Barrow on Saturday inaugurated the Laminkoto Passamas road, which connects the northern and southern regions of the country. The Ministry of Information, Communication and Infrastructure organized a press briefing to give an update on the Gambia's $4 million project on its preparedness to migrate from analog to digital transmission. In international news, can a country have 2 presidents? We heard about the uncertainty which has engulfed Guinea-Bissau. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news. Thank you for watching.